together. We change the world.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Theo here with a Should You Pull tier list for Jack Garland BT cycle. Some disclaimer before we start. This tier list is just my opinion and is not a representation of strength. Team building is the core of this game and we can make any unit work if we build around them. If you have a favorite, always go for them. That said, this video might be helpful if you are playing on a stricter budget. And unless otherwise mentioned, all characters are assumed to have their full kit. I won't go too in-depth into each character's kit, so check out other content creators if you're interested in a more detailed breakdown of each character. For the first tier, we have Theo approves. These are meta-defining characters that can potentially make it easier for you to clear events. Having them in your pocket can sometimes save you a bit of a headache. Next is the You Decide tier. This tier is for characters with easy FR conditions and can fit reasonably well in a lot of teams, or characters that can work extremely well with minimal investments. Consider pulling these characters if you need to expand your roster. The final tier is Safe Skip, usually reserved for characters that doesn't have a unique gimmick, or characters that require overly specific or strict setups to function well. The first event is Act 3 Final Chapter Part 1, featuring reworks for Gilgamesh and a brand new character, Jack. Greg gets decent buff, his special HP attacks are stronger now, and all of his buttons are decent. But it's hard to sell a kit that is just decent, so he belongs in Safe Skip. In his search for chaos, Jack finds himself in the Theo Approves tier. Before we dive into his kit, Jack's bannermate are Cyan and Raijin, and these two have fantastic LD calls. Cyan's LD call is useful both in co-ops as well as in Shinryu as a nuke button towards the tail end of Force Time. Raijin is one of those irreplaceable debuffing call that has HP damage up, but more importantly HP damage and debuff negation. I would highly suggest pulling for Raijin. It's a must-have call if you don't have it already. Now onto Jack's kit. He's your bread and butter DPS with no additional utility. Yes, he does have that negative bravery gimmick, but it doesn't do all that much outside of its synergy with Jack's FR and BT. What Jack really and truly brings is tons of damage. His FR has 3 on-turn conditions, plus 20% when using a melee ability, plus 20% when attacking a broken target, and plus 30% when target has negative bravery. It also has a Force Time bonus of plus 30% brave damage limit, which is not a very useful bonus. His FR is not too bad, generic condition with an acceptable plus 70% bonus. But if you are really tight on budget, Jack works with just his BT+. But having both his BT and FR can allow for more freedom when team building. Before we move on to the next event, like the video if you enjoy this kind of cycle overview and subscribe for more DFFOO content. Next up is Beatrix Intersecting Wheels featuring a rework for Lightning and a new FR for Beatrix. Lightning finds her way onto Theo Approves tier, as in I approve of her being a safe skip. Yeah, she has seen better days. Moving on to Beatrix in the You Decide tier. With her FR, she joins the ever-growing arsenal of off-turn damage dealers. Her FR has 1 on-turn condition, plus 30% when the party has at least 12 buffs, and another condition that can trigger both on-turn and off-turn, plus 5% when using a Thunder ability, with a bonus of plus 15% if it's Beatrix. Her Force attack dispels the enemies, and it comes with a Force Time bonus of plus 20% HP damage and HP damage limit if the party has at least 12 buffs. Since she doesn't actually enchant the party, you might need to bring an enchant call. Right now we have 3 party-wide Thunder enchant, Kryl as the only single element enchanter, then we have Garnet and Ash, both are dual elements. Garnet can enchant from both her base call and LD call as long as you have her EX plus passive. It comes in the form of a 10-turn frame buff. Overall, it's a decent FR with quite easy conditions, and it comes with a small bonus of plus 20% HP damage limit. If you already have a lot of often FR, then Beatrix is a safe skip. Final event of the cycle is Act 3 Final Chapter Part 1.5 Mission Dungeon, featuring a rework for Firion and a new FR for Rydia. Firion finds his way into the U Decide tier, but not because of his BT+. He's a great budget LD character for often strategy, and as a sword wielder, his ultima weapon doesn't clash with other commonly used often characters, with the exception of Dorgan. If you have the need to expand your often damage dealers, then Firion with LD is a fantastic budget addition. Also in the U Decide tier is Rydia, but not really because of her kit. Her FR is fantastic, and it has one on-turn condition, plus 20% when using a water ability, with a bonus plus 30% if it's Rydia, and one enemy turn condition, plus 50% when evading an attack. It comes with a whopping bonus of plus 50% HP damage and HP damage limit when dealing elemental weakness brave damage. The force attack itself applies a frame debuff with 100% hit rate down to allow for party evasion straight off the bat. Very good FR with mad easy conditions that Rydia can provide to the whole party on her own. If the frame debuff runs out, Rydia's LD can provide the evasion needed. It's a powerful and flexible FR, but do note that she doesn't work with counter attackers that require on-hit triggers like Oren, Gladio and Gao. The reason for her tier placement is simply because often FR already have a very saturated market. We get one often unit almost every 2 weeks, and they all perform relatively similarly to each other. So it's up to you to decide whether or not you need an evasion-based often FR like Rydia's. And my pool plan for the cycle. Jack is my boy, so I'm throwing all my gems at him for that day 1 BT. And I have a newfound respect for any FR with plus 50% HP damage limit, so Rydia will also be getting my resources. I'll max out Lightning's force enhancements and try to bring her to more fights, so stay tuned for more Lightning. And that's it for the tier list and pull plan for Jack's BT cycle. What is your plan for the cycle? Let me know in the comments. If there's anything you disagree with, let me know as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!